Ladies and gentlemen, okay, I've been meaning to make this video for a really long time, a very long time actually, okay? I was actually downstairs in my basement on my phone. I was scrolling on Instagram. I know, scrolling on Instagram. And this topic kept kind of popping up in the back of my head. And I felt like I needed to share this because over the past 6 months, actually, no, shorter, 4 months, I haven't been working that much. Okay. I used to work a lot. I used to work like 12-hour days. Okay. Now I don't work that much. I still work a little bit, but not that much. Okay. And I felt like I need to make this topic. So, what is this video going to be about? This video is going to be about working hard does not guarantee you success in any sort of aspect, period. Point blank, period. Okay? I know there's so many people out there who say, like Andrew Tate or Alex Hormozi, who glorify the grind and say you have to be working 12-hour days. You have to be, I'm just going to outwork you. I'm going to outwork you. These guys, Andy Elliott, you don't work the same hours as me. I will outwork you any day of the week. These guys, okay? And they're, sure, some of these guys are making awesome money, but there's a lot, 99% who are working so hard who are not making money, okay? So this is what I'm going to share with you. I'm going to stick around to the end of the video. I'm going to kind of run you through my background because I used to work a lot. Now I don't really work that much, but I've been making more over the past little bit than I ever have been making. How is that possible? Okay, so I'll share with you a little bit about my backstory and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so when I first started pretty much in the business space, I started as pretty much as a fitness coach. Okay, so I was trying to sell fitness packages to people. Okay, what I did is I went on TikTok and I started a TikTok account and I went to the gym and I posted videos of me flexing online, trying to look good, do all this shit. Okay. And I pushed this for a long time. Okay. Fitness packages, whatever, all this sort of stuff. I had a few videos that blew up to 1 million. I had a bunch of followers, whatever. I grinded a TikTok account for an entire year. Okay. And from that, doing that for an entire year, I want you to just guess, maybe pause the video, guess how much money Ashton made. $0. I made $0 in a year of being consistent, being disciplined with TikTok. $0. Okay. Then after a year, I was like, okay, I was looking back on my videos. I was like, okay, oh my God, that's a cool video. That's a cool video. Oh my God, I look so good there. Look at the lighting there. Cool. But how much money is in my bank account? Like, how much have I made from this? Zero. So then I was like, okay, let me try something new. So then I dived, whatever. I went into the SMMA space. Okay. So at this time, I was kind of like, I dropped out of school. Let's put it that way. I dropped out of school. I was in medical school, dropped out of school, and I was trying to start an SMMA, which is a social media marketing agency. Okay. How I started with that is I started pretty much with a course. I bought a course by this guy named Iman Gadzi. Okay. $1,000, bought the course, took the course. Okay. Maybe you know who Iman Gadzi is. Maybe you don't, whatever. So I took this course and pretty much 80% of this course was just talking about mindset. Okay. You got to be disciplined. You got to work hard. You got to get up and take a cold shower. You got to, grind. You got to grind, bro. You got to just and make sure that when you wake up at 6 a.m. that you don't go on your phone for the first hour of the day. This is crucial. You cannot go on your phone for the first hour of the day. It's going to mess up your neurochemicals. All these paradigms, okay? So all these paradigms were instilled taking this course, okay? But Iman didn't teach me anything about actually how to run a business or how to actually get clients. He taught me nothing about how to actually make money, sales, getting clients, all that sort of stuff. So I took this course and I was like, okay, I still want to start an SMMA, but he just taught me about mindset, waste of time, whatever. So what I did from there is I just was like, okay, fuck it. I'm going to cold call businesses. I'm just going to local businesses, gyms, personal training studios, chiropractors, doctors' offices, whatever. I'm just going to physiotherapists. I'm just going to cold call these businesses like a madman. So then what I did, went on Google Maps, city by city I went, Toronto, Calgary, Edmonton, Montreal, Miami, New York City, all these places. And I just made these lists and cold called pretty much for an hour a day. So I set a limit. I was like, okay, I'm going to do an hour a day for a year. So for the entire year of that year, I did an hour a day of cold calling. Okay. I set a limit. I was like, okay, I'm going to do an hour a day. On the 6th month, I signed my first client of doing an hour a day. Okay. And an hour a day of cold calls is still like, it's kind of like cold calling is difficult. An hour a day of that is still mentally consuming. It kind of drains you. So I was doing that for an hour a day. 6th month, signed my first client. 2nd month, next client. 3rd month, 2 clients. 4th month, I was like 5th month, 6th month. I hit like a 10K month with that. Okay. First 10K month with that, I was pretty happy. Wow, cold calling is the meta. I was thinking cold calling is the best thing ever. Okay. Cold calling is going to get me to 100K a month. I just have to keep cold calling. Okay. And then I just realized that I was capped. I was hitting 10K a month, 6K a month, 7K a month, 10K a month, 6K a month. And I was kind of in this stage of like 10K a month, 6K. I was like going back and forth. Okay. And then what I wanted to do is I wanted to make more money. So I remember this was like August a few years ago. And I was like, okay, I want to make more than 10K a month. I think I can make more than 10K a month if I just cold call more than an hour a day. So what I did is it was like, okay, I'm going to cold call all day, 6 hours a day, like, because, working hours, 10 a.m. to like 4 or 5 p.m. I'm just going to cold call between those hours. Okay. So that's what I did. It was very mentally consuming. At the end of the day, you're toasted. Okay. You go to bed and you feel toasted, which is a good feeling, but I did that 6 hours a day. And I was doing that, taking a lot of meetings, taking a lot of sales calls, taking like 12 sales calls a day. And you're trying to cold call still, and you're taking a meeting. And then in the meantime of the meetings, you're not like in that 15-minute window between your meetings, you're not doing any work, because what kind of deep work are you doing in 15 minutes? So you're on your phone, you're wasting time. The day goes by quick, whatever. I was doing this, and I hit the highest month I hit with that was like 17K. Okay. It was like a 17K month with that. And it wasn't bad, whatever. But I still wasn't able to get past that like 7, like I hit 17 and then the next month was like 7. You kind of like rotate. It's not like consistent. And I was just stuck there. So I was like, okay, fuck it. Cold calling is not going to make me more money. How do I make more money? So then I went on YouTube and I looked up, I was watching this Alex Hormozi video. Alex Hormozi, awesome guy, whatever. But Alex Hormozi glorifies working harder. He glorifies volume. He glorifies just putting your head down and working. Work. Okay. And this is the thing a lot of people do, a lot of gurus do, because they don't actually have a mechanism that actually works. Okay. So I just tell you to work harder because they don't really have faith that their mechanism will actually make the money. Okay. So I watched this Alex Hormozi video. He told me to work harder. So that's what I did. I just kept trying to work harder. There's this concept that he talked about which was more, better, and then new, in that order. So instead of trying to try something new, you do more of it and then better and then something new after you've tried more and better. Okay. So I did that for a bit and I just kept cold calling, and I was just like stuck at this like 10 to whatever 15K a month mark for a long time. Okay. And then I was like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm done with the grind. I'm going to try to make more money. So what I did from there is I pretty much transitioned to paid ads. Okay. So I did a combination of paid advertising with content, with a few different things. And with that, I was able to scale well past 20K a month. Okay. And the thing is I wasn't working merely as many hours as I was before. Okay. I wasn't working 12-hour days, 13-hour days, cold calling, fulfilling, doing all this bullshit, working my ass off just to make 15K a month. Okay. I was taking a few meetings a day, chilling, being creative, writing down interesting, unique insights, actually being a creative human being, trying to build something artistically instead of just grinding away. Okay. And this is the thing. This is pretty much the entire concept of this video that I wanted to make, is a lot of the times we use volume as a coping mechanism. Okay. So instead of trying to be creative, for example, which actually does take a lot of brain energy to sit down, open up a blank Google document and actually be creative, instead of doing that process, which is very mentally difficult to do that. Okay. It takes a different kind of energy to sit down for 30 minutes and be like, okay, this is not working. I'm going to try to be creative and try something new. Instead of doing that, we try to just focus and cope with, okay, I just have to do more volume because more volume is going to make me more money. When it's just, a lot of the time, it's just a coping mechanism that gurus feed you or you feed yourself to cope with the fact that your system is not working, your mechanism is not working. Okay. So even with, for example, employees, I have a lot of friends or people who work as an employee. Okay. Maybe they have a 9 to 5, they're working whatever. Okay. They're working a 9 to 5, or they're working, in a corporate building or doing that sort of lifestyle. And they're not making that much money. They're making, let's say, 5K a month with that. Okay. 50K, 60K a year with that. Okay. And instead of just like, they're working so hard with this job just to make 5K a month, instead of just working that job, if they just took some time and just reflected and been like, okay, maybe I should think outside the box and do something a little bit different and worked less, I could actually get more. Okay. So I just wanted to make this video because I see so many people who are just working ridiculous hours. Look at farmers, for example. They work so many hours, but they don't make that much money. How is that possible? How does that go with any sort of theory that all these gurus are feeding you of how you need to just work harder and just work, when that's not actually the thing that's going to maybe get you ahead? Okay. So let's say if you're watching this video and you're a coach or you're an agency, whatever you are and you're watching this, I want you to just think, okay, you're working really hard for what? Okay. For what? Because whatever you're doing, okay, whatever action you're doing every day, if it's, cold calling, if it's whatever you're doing, if you're putting effort into something and you're not getting anything in return, I want you to just reflect, for what? Okay. For example, if you go to war, okay, for no reason at all, then you're pretty much going to war to fight for something that has no cause. There's this term in warfare, when you're fighting for no cause, people just tend to not fight that hard. Okay. I want you to think, and this is going to take some brain energy and capital instead of just, I work harder. I want you to think, okay, what are you dying for? What are you putting effort into? Okay. Are you just working just to work? Okay. Are you just working just to make 5 or 10K a month? Okay. If I wanted to work, I want to try to hit the largest thing that I'm going to potentially aim for. I want to hit 100, 200, 300K a month. How is that possible? Okay. If you're going to go into war, or if you're going to go into battle, or if you're going to go into business, you got to make sure that you're actually putting effort into something that you believe in, a cause that you're wanting to sacrifice other portions of your life, sacrifice maybe your health for, because business is not actually that healthy. If you're working 12-hour days, but you're working just to make 5K a month, I would call that a waste of time. I would call that a waste of fucking time. Okay? So, if you're watching this video, dude, I haven't been working that much. I haven't been working that much at all, but I'm focusing on the highest leverage tasks that I cannot work that much in, but make a large portion of output. So just before I let you guys go, there's this principle, and it's called the Pareto principle. And pretty much what the Pareto principle is, maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't, whatever. The Pareto principle states that 20% of your inputs lead to 80% of your outputs. Okay. So a lot of the times we're focusing on the 80%. Okay. We're focusing on things that are actually not revenue generating, or just bullshit things that actually don't get you ahead. Okay. We're focusing on these things thinking that if we do more, it's just going to lead to more. When actually it's the 20% that lead to 80% of the outputs. Okay. And that's what I want you, if you're watching this, to focus on. Maybe you don't even know what those 20% are. It's going to be really difficult to find those. And the only way to find those is to learn from me, watch more of my YouTube, because I've been through this as well. And find that 20% that you can really focus on. That's going to give you the highest leverage return on your investment, that you actually have a decent output from. Okay. Because we're not putting 12-hour days in just to make 5K a month. That sounds like a job. That sounds like you're an employee. Okay. So thank you for watching. That's pretty much it for the video. I just want you to realize that you're probably not going to get ahead with hard work. And there's so many people that glory, like Andy Elliott, for example. I'm just going to outwork you. And then you just got to be, you got to have this they preach that you need delayed gratification. And that's just like, I've been thinking a lot about delayed gratification. And delayed gratification is awesome. I love it. For the gym, for example, you go to the gym for 3 months, you won't see any results. Like, you're just going to have to keep going with it. I've done 2 bodybuilding shows. Like, I understand what delayed gratification is. But a lot of the times in business, we use it as a cope to not think outside the box. Okay. So if you're watching this and you're a coach or you're an agency owner and you're like, oh my God, I just have been working so hard, but I haven't been making more than 10K a month, then you have to focus on different levers to pull that are going to give you a larger return on your output, because hard work is a constant. Everyone works hard. Okay. That's not a flex anymore. Okay. Everyone is working their ass off. Everyone's working 12-hour days. What are you going to work a 13-hour day and beat them? It's not going to work like that. Okay. Meanwhile, there's guys like me or some of my students or friends or whatever that are working maybe 2 to 4 hours a day maximum, but they're crushing you. They're making 50, 60, 100K a month. I know this one guy, actually my client, he works maybe like 4 hours a day. Okay. He wakes up, no cold shower, no gym, no sauna, ice bath, morning routine, none of that. He wakes up, makes a coffee, maybe has a I don't know what he does. Cigarette, walk, relax, pet the dog, watch some TV. And then he goes to work and he focuses on one task, okay, for 4 hours. And that's it. Then he goes out, goes to restaurants, goes out with his girlfriend, socializes, drinks, has fun. This guy's making hundreds of $1,000s, I think he's making like $110,000, $120,000 a month. Okay. How is that possible? Okay. The theory of being outworked at that point doesn't exist. Okay. Oh, I'm going to outwork you. Cool. Outwork me, but I'll still make more than you. Okay. So thanks for watching this video. I had to get this out there. Had to get this off my chest because I see so many people just saying, you got to grind, you got to grind, you got to grind. And 99% of the time, it's a cope for the fact that you don't want to actually just man up and find something that genuinely works. Okay. Find something that genuinely is outside the box, and that's actually going to get you a higher return on investment than just grinding. Okay. Because I'm not here on this planet just to grind my whole life and have a shitty life. I'm here to dedicate myself to a mission that I believe in. Yes, but also have some sort of, balance. I want to go out. I want to socialize. I want to hang out with friends. I want to go to, the best restaurants in the city. I want to go in nature. Okay. I want to meet cool people. I want to do things outside of just business. I hate people who just talk about business all day. It's like, it becomes boring. Okay. Money. Oh, I made 5K this week. Congratulations, man. Awesome. Cool. You made money. Everyone's making money. Cool. Okay. So just want to get this off my chest. Thanks for watching. Peace out.